Hey guys, this is Sahan from Enforced Flow. Uh, in this video, I want to quickly cover how you can set up round robin very easily using the round robin extension. Uh, Without the extension, you either have two options. One is using Zapier's code extension along with either Google Sheet or Zapier tables to essentially keep track of the increments and then assign based on the next option or whatnot. So without talking too much, let me dive into the example here. Essentially, it's just 3 steps and you will be up and running in no time. For the sake of the demo, I've set up a simple Google form called sales form, and the scenario I'm going to demonstrate is that imagine a customer filling up the sales form, and I have two sales guys in my team, and I want to round robin this leads information to each of them, right? So I am gonna set up my trigger here for Google form, and my trigger going to be new form response, and I'm gonna quickly connect to my account here. Connection done, all good. And then I'm gonna go to configure, and I only have one form here called sales form, and when I click test trigger, so this is the example I just filled up. So as you can see, the form pulls the name and email, and that I can see email and the name here, right? So that's done. And as the action, I'm going to search for enforced flow, and for the action I'm going to pick round robin selector. So when you search enforced flow, you might not see this as available actions because the extension is right now invite only. So go to enforcedflow.com. I'm sorry. Go to enforcedflow.com, and you can click this button right here, or within the extension click the button right here, and just it will redirect you to Zapier, and just click accept invite and build zap, and you should be able to access the enforced flow extension from that point onwards. All right, so like I said, I selected enforced flow, and as the action I picked round robin selector, and then you need what we call an API key. It's pretty straightforward, so I just click sign in, and it will give you a link. Just click register here, and you should register for a link. When I click register, okay, so this is my API key, and what I need to do is switching back here, and I'm going to paste that key right here and click connect, and that should do. Yep, it went through. You can just close this out and click continue. All right, so the way this works is you need to define what we call a group, because enforced flow going to look at options within the group and say, I'm going to give this group a name called sales, because this is going to be my sales team. And the thing is, you can now use the same options and this configuration in another automation if you want to, and enforced flow will make sure that it's only doing the round robin within that group. So this allows you to set up different automation with different teams, for example, and like the group is just like a way to group all the options, right? So imagine having a group called sales, customer support, customer success, and whatnot, to manage all these options. All right, then you need to provide the options, and it's represented as key value pairs. So for example, I'm going to pick like a non-formatting, lowercase, no spaces, a option name like John, and I can either use John's email as the what we call the value, For John's email, I'm gonna pick inflowsflow@gmail.com just so I can like demonstrate this. I'm gonna add another value called Drake, and I'll actually do a suffix here called John plus John, and I'm gonna do plus Drake. All right, then I click continue, and if I test this step, I should get John first because it's running once, and yeah, and as a matter of fact, I got John. So now it also returned like the number, the position of that option, and if I were to retest this, so then each time I run, it basically cycle between John and Drake, right? All right. So finally, I want to email my sales guys with the lead information, right? So I just added a step called email by Zapier, and action is send outbound email. And for configure, I am gonna do the sales guys email from the round robin step. So I'm gonna pick the value. So as you can see, it says inflows for plus Drake. For the subject, I'm gonna say new sales lead, exciting, and please contact this customer. Name. For the name, I'm gonna do name. I'm gonna pick name from the Google form, and the email is the email from that Google form right here. Right. Cool. And from name, yeah, I think those are the mandatory IF fields. So let's do a test real quick, and I'm gonna publish. Right, so my Zap is now published, and if I test, so let's do a test here, right? Say sales lead is Sheldon, and Sheldon's right, submitted, and I should get an email to John's address, right? Because we cycled through, and sure enough. All right, so as you can see, it came through and it emailed John because during our testing, we cycled through John and Drake, right? So it ended up emailing the first salesperson, so Sheldon at this one. And let me submit this form again. Let's say Howard is doing a submission now. I'm gonna submit. I'm gonna wait for the email, and this time it should come to Drake, right? Enforced flow plus Drake, because that's the email I used. And let's give it a couple of minutes. All right, so we got the email, and as you can see, the 2 is now set to enforced flow plus Drake. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 simple steps, and you have round robin up and running with Zapier. Thanks.